Yeah, we're open. You can come in.
Is Tamara here?
Nobody named Tamara works here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. There's only 2 of us. Is Tamara here? No. Oh, hello, internet fans, and welcome to 3B Video. I'm your host, Rotten Roger DeMarco, and today we're going to be talking about Johannes Roberts' 2018 film, The Strangers Pray at Night.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that don't know about this film, here is your plot synopsis. You don't necessarily need to be familiar with the first film to get the gist of this one. There's a family terrorized by 3 masked assailants in a trailer park. And that's about it. I mean, I suppose there's a little bit more to it than that, and we'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at
Rocket Rogers! Splatter facts.
We have 8 dead bodies. We have 0 titties, not a one of them. Gratuitous trailer park terror, 1 angsty teen in a Ramones t-shirt, random queef joke, brotherly advice, the old corpse under a sheet, obligatory let's split up, background stalking, swimming pool slaughter with soundtrack, useless police, and 1 invincible flaming truck. The methods of death include but are not limited to off-screen,
God damn it!
stab, oh you fuck, throat slash, shotgun, and a baseball bat to the noggin. Okay, so now on to my overall thoughts of the film, guys. I know this isn't popular, but in my personal opinion, this movie is a worthy follow-up to the original film. In many cases, I think that this film is superior to the first film. Now hold on a second before you click the thumbs down. Let me explain. These movies are 2 totally different animals. The first film is a suspense-driven home invasion film. The second one is a beautiful, stylistic slasher film. You don't need to read too much into it. It's just fun. And sometimes I want to be scared, and sometimes I want to go, man, that was a good time. And this movie is a good fucking time. A lot of critics have accused this film of being more style over substance. And to those critics, I say, what's your fucking problem? Why is that so bad, huh? Why you want to run us out of town, Sheriff? Creepshow 2 reference, deep cut. I don't really understand the people who just go after this movie with pitchforks and really hate this movie. I have a blast with this film, and the reason being is I don't have to be scared, and I don't have to accept it as reality. The first film feels very grounded in reality. This film has some very superhuman villains at times. And to me, it's like a throwback to those random killers at college type movies. You know, where the killers are just way too strong for their own good. This movie has a little bit of that, and I love it for it because this movie doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that the audience should do the same. The thing that I like about this movie is that the pace is very relentless. It starts and it never stops. The killers are in constant pursuit of our survivors, and it's very nerve-wracking, but in a very popcorn way. The stakes are high, but at the same time, you're just shoveling popcorn in your face going, that guy's dead, that girl's dead, fuck them all. And the one standout star in this film is Bailey Madison, who plays young, damaged Kinsey. She's always running around pissed off with her heavy metal shirts like someone told her One Direction sucks. Holliston reference, deep cut. She's the stereotypical angsty teen who thinks her parents aren't looking out for her, mad at the world, and she has a very interesting character arc in this movie. She's really the only character that you connect with on an emotional level. Grumpy Dad me wants to connect with the parents, but I'm kind of on the kid's side in this one. This movie does a lot of really interesting camera tricks where it uses a lot of slow zooms in these really big open spaces to kind of convey that there is no escape, that these killers are closing in on the location of the survivors at all times. Now with subsequent viewings, I really appreciate the camera work and what's being done to sort of close in this world. Little stuff like that does a great job of making you feel like impending doom is on its way, and there's nothing you can do to stop it or slow it down. And there are some very intense scenes in this movie, most notably the bathroom attack or the pool scene. And these two scenes in particular do a really good job of playing with your expectations and then ripping your heart out. And I think that when people say that this movie is more style over substance, they're kind of forgetting about some of these family dynamics and watching this family sort of attempt to adapt to the nightmare that they find themselves in. And for a slasher, you really get to see these characters have a wide range of emotions. Spoiler alert, especially when the husband finds his wife dead in the bathroom. This shitbox is gross. Friday the 13th Part 5 reference, deep cut. And the thing about these killers is they're very intimidating because they don't necessarily speak, they're just scuttling about. They're stalking, they're watching, they're plotting, they're scheming, and it's very intimidating. It's very nerve-wracking to kind of wonder how you would react to this situation. I'd like to think that even outnumbered, I would be the one that was going, all right, asshole, let's dance. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 reference, deep cut. Or I could be the exact opposite and be like,
The police are already on their way.
Us reference, deep cut. Another thing that this film gets criticized heavily for is the poor decision making of some of the characters. Now listen, I'm not here to analyze the let's run away, let's stop, let's get attacked formula, because I love that formula. So I think that people read a little bit too much into this. It's an hour and a half, it's fun as fuck, just let it go and enjoy it. For me, it doesn't get much better. The acting, the cinematography, the score, the soundtrack, the pace, this is nearly a perfect popcorn movie for me. I understand that people don't like it, but in my personal opinion, this movie is 100% popcorn as fuck. It's a very stylized, campy, fun version of The Strangers. You've got the original Strangers, which is like a very stiff drink first thing in the morning. And then you've got Strangers Pray at Night, which is like a blueberry Fanta. Just have fun. I'm aware that the people out there in the real world didn't give this movie the time of day because it's a very popcorn, campy version. And I think that the audiences were expecting another suspense-driven, very terrifying movie. And when they gave this film a chance, it was entirely too campy for them. And I get that. But in here, in 3B video, this B movie is the movie. And I suppose I should probably get going because, after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to. What the fuck? We're closed.